Hey there, and welcome to HisTime365. I'm so glad you're here for day 18 of our 365-day journey through the Bible. Today, we'll look at Exodus 6 through 9, and I'll walk you through what happens, what it means, and why it matters. I'll share a summary and some insights to help you see the big picture and connect with the heart of the scripture. During your quiet time, I encourage you to read today's lesson in a Bible translation that speaks to you best. Now, grab a quiet moment, take a deep breath, and let's spend a few minutes giving God His time. The Journey to Freedom, Understanding Exodus 6 through 9. Have you ever felt like you were stuck in a situation with no way out? Life can be overwhelming, just like the Israelites found themselves in Egypt. In Exodus 6 through 9, we continue to follow Moses and Aaron as they confront Pharaoh, showcasing the struggle between divine purpose and human resistance. It's a powerful reminder of faith, perseverance, and the importance of standing up for what is right. In Exodus 6, God reassures Moses of his covenant with Israel. After a discouraging encounter with Pharaoh, Moses is fed up. God tells him, "I am the Lord," and reaffirms his promise to deliver the Israelites from bondage, Exodus 6, 2 through 8. God identifies himself not just as a distant deity, but as a deeply involved protector. He reminds Moses that he will bring them out from their burdens and give them the land he promised their forefathers. This promise must have sparked hope in Moses' heart, even amidst his doubts. Continuing into Exodus 7, God commands Moses to go back to Pharaoh. Here we see God's power at work through the plagues. Moses and Aaron perform miracles, such as turning the Nile into a sacrifice. Can you imagine? A whole river transformed. Yet Pharaoh's heart is hardened. Despite witnessing this miracle, he refuses to let the Israelites go. He dismisses Moses, saying, "Who is the Lord that I should obey his voice?" Exodus 5:2. This attitude reflects how people often dismiss the things they cannot control, even when they're right before their eyes. As we move to Exodus 8, the plagues continue. First, frogs invade Egypt in droves. They're everywhere, in homes, beds, and kitchens. Pharaoh begs Moses to pray to God to remove the frogs, and Moses does so. But once the frogs are gone, Pharaoh's heart hardens again. Next comes the plague of lice, which is quickly followed by the swarms of flies. Each time, Pharaoh seems to relent, but his heart stays stubborn. This cycle teaches us about the nature of human resistance and the difficulty in letting go of control. In Exodus 9, the plagues escalate. Livestock loses their lives, and painful boils break out on the Egyptians. God makes it clear that this isn't just a battle over people, but a confrontation against the gods of Egypt. The Israelites are being called to a life of freedom and faith, while Pharaoh's refusal leads to dire consequences. Each plague serves as a reminder of God's authority and the futility of resisting his will. Now, let's think about this in our modern lives. We often find ourselves resisting change or clinging to unhealthy situations. Like Pharaoh, we might ignore the signs and the help being offered. In the workplace, perhaps you feel stuck in a job that doesn't fulfill you. You might know deep down that it's time to move on, yet fear keeps you from taking the leap. Or in family dynamics, there may be conflicts that need addressing. It's easy to harden our hearts rather than face the uncomfortable conversation that could lead to healing. And what about mental health? Just like the Israelites faced depression, many people face their own struggles with anxiety or depression. Seeking help can be frightening, but it's essential to break free from the chains that hold you down. In our digital lives, how often do we ignore the signs of unhealthy habits? Maybe it's spending too much time on social media or gaming, even when we feel it's affecting our relationships. Just as the plagues were meant to awaken Pharaoh's awareness, we need to recognize the areas in our lives where we are resisting change. As we reflect on Exodus 6 through 9, it's crucial to remember the perseverance of Moses and the Israelites. They kept pushing forward despite the setbacks. God's faithfulness remained even when circumstances felt bleak. This story reminds us that while change may be difficult, it is often necessary for growth and freedom. Embrace change and trust that freedom awaits on the other side. In what areas of your life do you feel resistant to change and why? How can you cultivate a mindset of openness to God's guidance, even when it feels uncomfortable? Reflect on a time when you witnessed a hardening of heart in yourself for someone else. What was the outcome? How does the story of the plagues illustrate the consequences of stubbornness in our lives today? Thanks so much for joining me today for HisTime365. Remember, today's reading is Exodus 6 through 9, so be sure to spend some time with those verses during your quiet time. Tomorrow, we'll be diving into Exodus 10 through 12, so feel free to read ahead if you'd like to prepare. If you enjoyed this time together, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so that you never miss a day on this journey. I'll see you back right here tomorrow for day 19. Until then, stay encouraged, and thank you for giving God His time today.